Hey guys, I know I said like quite a few weeks ago I had a new intro, but yeah, not ready for it quite yet. But I do have a new outro that I should be really using one piece of music instead of finding a certain music which I like. So yeah, but the new intro will come hopefully next year, maybe for a new Donkey Kong game. Copium time. I know the Switch has been an amazing console with so many great games I've played and a bunch of series I've got into, like Metroid, Pigment, obviously Mario, and then Zelda and stuff. There's been a lot of franchises I've been getting into, but there's one series that, yeah, still hasn't gotten any original game. We're approaching a whole 10-year gap. That's right, we're talking about Donkey Kong. It has been 10 years since Tropical Freeze, and oh god, okay, we're about to hit. I fear I'm probably still gonna hit that 10-year gap in February. But let's hope we don't gotta wait any longer, and I don't think we're gonna have to. So, where is that rumored Donkey Kong game that has been talked about since early in 2021? At least that's the earliest I knew. So, that's what we're gonna be talking about today. And also to wonder if it's too late for Donkey Kong to happen on the original Switch, because with the talk of the Switch 2, maybe they want to save Donkey Kong for that. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that. So, okay, let's figure out what's going on with Donkey Kong brand himself. He's getting a theme park next year, and we also saw a little bit of the theme park if you didn't see my community posts. Literally, the theme park is the only evidence I have that something big is coming. Because, like, why would you make a theme park of a franchise that hasn't gotten any original games in almost 10 years? Like, you think Zelda, Splatoon, or hell, Splatoon or something makes way more sense to do? But no, it's a whole section for Donkey Kong. And this is huge for him. That it's Nintendo eventually next year, which is when it's coming out, once it gets delayed, they're gonna have to talk about it eventually and advertise it well. And what better way to advertise it than to release a brand new Donkey Kong game? If there was a chance for a new Donkey Kong game, now would be the perfect time. But if you saw that one September direct, we obviously know we didn't get it, and we got a Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake, which, don't get me wrong, I'm still very excited for this, regardless of how much its price is. $50, oh god. But I totally see why some fans are not happy with this, but I don't think we should view this Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake as like a death for Donkey Kong or something like that. That's incredibly... I say this as someone who was disappointed with that one leak of Donkey Kong. I feel like people are massively overreacting to this remake, because it's obviously not going to replace a mainline Donkey Kong game. Like, they're developed... Mario vs. Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong, the mainline Donkey Kong games, are developed by different studios, and we're going to talk about that argument eventually. So, I don't think Mario vs. Donkey Kong is a replacement for a brand new Donkey Kong game, and yeah. So, the development situation is probably the only reason we probably still don't... Where the hell has it been? Unless Nintendo is planning something big with the next DK game. That's the real debate if it's 2D or 3D. I still hope it's a 3D game. I feel like a 2D Donkey Kong game would have been announced a long time ago, honestly. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that it is a 3D game, but regardless, yeah. But development situation is probably the thing. Who would be developing the Donkey Kong game? Retro Studios is busy with Metroid Prime 4. So, some people think we're going to have to wait longer for Donkey Kong, which, don't get me wrong, I kind of understand where people are coming from with Retro Studios being involved, but every time I always get these arguments, I'm just like, I don't think that's the reason. Like, we've had different devs do Donkey Kong, and, like, I don't know, I don't think Retro Studios is the reason we can't get it. I mean, sure, that could be a reason, but we have seen a Donkey Kong game be developed by Nintendo internally with Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. So this wouldn't be the first time it happened, honestly. So yeah, yes, I count Donkey Kong Jungle Beat as a big Donkey Kong game. I know it's not part of the Donkey Kong Country series, but it's a game I love, and I think it's underappreciated. So yeah. Alright, now, we do know that hopefully a Donkey Kong game is in development. Now, when would it release is the question. Well, it should come out next year. I mean, the theme park happened, and obviously Donkey Kong had a major role in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. They're giving DK all this attention in different ways, but they can't give him a game. But hopefully that changes next year. I think 2024 could be the year for Donkey Kong. And I know if anniversaries don't matter, but the fact that this theme park is also happening around Donkey Kong Country's 30th year anniversary, which is kind of crazy. Which, if the Donkey Kong game is different from a country game, I don't know if this really matters, but I just find this very interesting, honestly. So, yeah, but the real question is this going to be a Switch title, or is this going to come out on the next console? That seems to be the real debate right now. Is it going to be a Switch-only game, or is it actually going to be one of the big titles for the Switch 2? Yeah, that's what we're going to have to be discussing, you know? So, the past few years, Donkey Kong games have usually released near the end of the system's lifespan. We've seen this with Donkey Kong Country 3, we've seen this with Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, Donkey Kong 64, and Donkey Kong Country Returns are examples of this. They've all released late in the console's lifespan, and they still sell decently well. So, I say a Donkey Kong game on the Switch still can happen, like, late in the Switch's lifespan. It wouldn't be weird at all. But I can totally see where people coming from that maybe Donkey Kong might have to wait till the Switch too. I mean, it'd be weird to not get an original. Mario Rabbids DLC really is the closest Donkey Kong game, huh? But, yeah, there's still a possibility that it might just be safe for the Switch 2. But if the Switch 2 is coming out next year, the only thing going against Donkey Kong happening on next console, 3D Mario. Oh boy, that's really the only problem right now. 3D Mario is probably the only thing going against a Donkey Kong game, which, don't get me wrong, I love 3D Mario, but save that shit for 2025! Give DK a fucking chance! You guys just got Mario Wonder! What more do you fucking need? I'm sorry for going insane there, but I feel like even when I bring up Donkey Kong, what about, oh, 3D Mario! Bruh, 3D Mario's always in development. I gotta worry about Donkey Kong over here. And Mario's getting 2 remakes, so you got. I know one of them probably you're not excited for. The other one might be is hype for sure, but still, come on, give DK a chance, and other franchises, of course. So yeah, but yeah, I definitely think 2024 could be the year for Donkey Kong. We get a maybe will be announced in the February Direct. If it's not announced in February, then Donkey Kong is guaranteed coming on the Switch 2. Unless if the Switch 2 is true, it's coming out late in 2024. But it could be a possibility that it come out 2025. I'm not keeping up with these Switch 2 leaks I've been hearing for the entirety of this year. Good lord. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, because we still have games for next year. Like, you know, we're gonna have to think about when it could release, though. We have a prediction, because as we can look by Nintendo's the schedules right now, another Codes Collection, wherever that is, coming in January, the Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake in February, Princess Peach Showtime in March, and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake, whenever that. I feel like that would be something like, I don't know, August, maybe around the holidays or something like that. So maybe it'll be around that time, or May, I guess, if the Switch 2 is coming out. So. But, I don't know, they probably want to space out the Mario games, so maybe it will be, like, later in the year, like August or something. And Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Switch, probably going to be, like, June or July. So, where can a Donkey Kong game happen? Nintendo doesn't really release games in December. I would put it in December for Donkey Kong December, and my birth month. But, that can't happen. Nintendo games hardly release in December, so I'm not sure if they'll do that. And, I can see it being around October or something, maybe one of the few games. But again, I don't know if I see DK being a launch title as cool as it sounds. So we'll just have to wait, I guess, on that. Because 3D Mario, again, I'm not sure if 3D Mario is gonna do that. It's kind of just depends on 3D Mario. So yeah, but I think that's all the arguments. Now, to reiterate, I don't think it's too late for Donkey Kong to happen on the original Switch, but I do think we're running out of time here. That's how I can personally view it. Now, some people do wonder, and this happened with Mario, if Donkey Kong will get any games re-released again, like with Donkey Kong Country Returns. I feel like that's a safe option, considering most of the Donkey Kong references have been mostly referencing Returns. I'm surprised that still isn't on the Switch. I know it's on the 3DS and stuff, but like, if people are asking for Wind Waker HD remakes, I should be the one asking for a Donkey Kong Country Returns, I guess, port. I don't know if it really would get anything glow-up, honestly. Maybe it can look as good as Tropical Freeze, but I don't know. It's hard to tell, honestly. But I don't know. I feel like to give a little younger audiences attention, even though Donkey Kong Country Returns is already sold pretty well on the Wii, I definitely feel like it can get re-released and benefit and stuff, so, yeah. My pipe dream is Jungle Beat, but I don't know if that's gonna happen, so yeah. And also, one of the N64 games missing, Donkey Kong 64 for Switch Online. Where is this game? You think they'd be putting it on the NSO right now? Some people do wonder that maybe they're saving up for a Donkey Kong 64 remake, but that's just setting myself up for disappointment more than a brand new game. But man, I would love a Donkey Kong 64 remake that fixes issues. I will be losing my mind over that just as much as a new game, honestly. But I don't know if I expect that to happen. From what I've heard, Donkey Kong 64 needed the memory card or whatever in order for the game to actually work, which I don't think that's the reason. They could probably put it up there. But if there are issues like that, maybe that might explain why it's taking so long. So, yeah. But a Donkey Kong 64 remake, I will be... Some people joke of it because it's like, oh, it's not a new game. But at this point, I'll probably take it and end the Switch's life. So, yeah. Give me a Donkey Kong 64 remake if I have to wait till next system for a new one, honestly. So, yeah. But yeah. I do think with all this DK attention, I still don't think we have to wait longer for him, honestly. I hope next year will be the year for Kong. I do think it makes, with the theme park coming next year, I definitely think it makes sense for a Donkey Kong game to be announced at the very least. So yeah, but if we get to September and there's still no Donkey Kong game, well, say goodbye to Donkey Kong, I guess. That's literally my only hope at this point. I really hope it happens and I finally get my wish. Almost every big franchise has gotten all their games, and I'm over here just coping, making the same DK video since 2021. Oh boy, it's not easy, but I don't think... Let's hope this massive wait will be worth it for something massive and surprising. Super Mario Bros. Wonder gives me a lot of hope what Nintendo could do for a brand new Donkey Kong game. So yeah. Anyway, in the meantime, I think we should just, focus on our personal stuff, and when February rolls around, we'll be, hoping for anything Kong related aside from Mario vs. Donkey Kong Remake, which I'm definitely going to be getting for sure, so yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think? Are you all ready for the next Donkey Kong game? Is it finally going to happen in 2024? Let me know in the comments below. Later, folks.